Testing, testing. Okay. Now let's go to Bropenings voice channel. Okay, can we all join? We all join staff voice chat as well. Okay, I don't need all this. All right, this should be fine. Okay, if you're here, can you let me know? Use the Bro Streamers chat in our Discord, and you can type, "Hey Judge." Use this chat for live chat so that it gets recorded on the stream. But also join us on the voice chat for Bropenings. Maybe I'll move it up for. Maybe I'll move it up. Hang on. Let me see if I can do that. So you guys can see. Okay, so just underneath Bro Streamers join voice chat. Okay, if anyone else is here, you can either ask me questions directly using the voice chat or using the live chat. We're recording this for other people, other staff to review later on. If there's anything that you guys missed out on, or anything that you want to review, or anyone who just missed out on the stream, they can watch this video. It's unlisted. This video is unlisted, so only staff can who has the link can see it. So don't share the link with anyone else but ourselves. Amongst ourselves, it is relatively confidential. Everything we're going to talk about today. So first things first. Let's so I'll get started talking because it gets recorded now. So first things first. What are we doing? So we are actually trying to expand the Bropenings label, basically to incorporate everyone else who's staff, who's been with me for a while, who have been contributing either by donating or helping out on the channel and so on. You know, you guys deserve it. But at the same time, I don't want to distract you guys from actually modding the channel. So here are a few things that I've written down from today, just to make sure everyone's on board. So that we do have fun, but we do keep everything under control as well. So we've got the Bro Streamers chat for Bro Streamer. So I've removed the access to other mods chats now of Bro Streamers if they're just purely a Bro Streamer. All they get access to is this chat, the Bro Streamer chat on our Discord. So that's what it is, and I'm going to remove for example, Starchy, who's technically a Bro Streamer. I'm going to put him in another category at some point. That hasn't been done yet, but a Bro Streamer role is for anyone who's a collaborator, or will be soon enough a collaborator, or at least that's the plan. So someone looking to actively promote our channel, but also then as an end goal for us to actually support each other. So we are better if we stand together versus if we are separate. So that's the idea, is like, if I'm done streaming and I've got 30 or 40 people watching a shiny Charizard raid, for example, I'm like, well, you know, Judge is hosting a shiny Charizard raid. I'm going to sleep. You can go to him, right? So we can work together in that sense. So I talked a bit about, you know, no leeching, you know, we're not with no jeopardizing of each other. We're working together. This doesn't have to be just streaming. This doesn't have to be just streaming. So, oh, hang on. I need to invite the helpers as well. I forgot about them. So just give me a second. Let me invite the helpers. Okay, so the end goal is for our channels to, or social media pages. So for example, DFlash has a Instagram page where he got like 5 or 10 new followers just from me watching, like scrolling through his channel once. By the way, if you just joined the stream, you can scroll back and listen to the whole thing again. You don't have to worry. Okay, so it's all recorded. You guys can go back, but make sure you don't share with anyone. It's only for our staff. Bro streamers can promote, so if you have that role, you're welcome to promote your material on the channel, on the Discord. I don't have a problem with that at all. Just make sure that the intentions are good, so you are promoting in the right channel. So for example, if you've got like Pokemon artworks, you put it in the artwork channel. Bro streamers are allowed to do that. They are the exception to the rule of no self-advertising. But of course, so for some examples, I already explained, you know, I can raid your stream. We can do cooperative streams, which is the upcoming thing that with the Pokemon Insurgents, which is the other thing we are going to talk about later on in this stream. Or if you make some video or glitch or something, like you make a video content and it's a glitch that I haven't done, for example. Okay, or something, or some sort of info, and I want to promote you. Okay, I'm not gonna make that video, so you've done it. I'm going to promote you. All right, so we can post it in the relevant channel for that. We can put it in the info, Pokemon Sword and Shield info channel, which we actually don't have at the moment, or whatever it is, right? So we can do that. Artworks, for example. So we just talked about DFlash, but we have quite a few artists in the channel. So Kaiju, Vince, they've all donated artworks for merch and so on. And at some point, once I release the merch, they're actually sitting behind me right now. I still haven't opened them. It will be a Bropening video. Then in that video, I will link back to the artists who donated their art, right? So it will be a two-way street, and we'll keep our viewers interested by having them come back and forth viewing our stuff. Right, the Bropenings label. Like, you don't all have to have Bropenings in your name. That's, you know, that's optional. Okay, so let me just see who else. Yeah, everything's okay, crazy. Or listening to VC. Okay, so naturally the perks of being able to interact with thousands of our subscribers will come with some rules, so that I don't get backstabbed, pretty much, because it has happened before. And it's not really a backstab, it's just a bit of a failure. You know, I raid someone's channel, and there's I send them 10 viewers or 20 viewers or more, maybe hopefully more in the future. And what happened was they weren't ready. They've never done this before. Like, what was the point? What was the point? All right, if anyone remembers, yeah, let's not name anybody, right? Let's not name anybody. So if anyone remembers those happenings, you're an artist too. Nice memes. Let's show that on the stream for anybody who will watch it later. Okay, yeah, so it can be a problem. So that's what these rules are. It is not a rule for me to say that I'm gonna ban you or something like that, but it's just there as a disclaimer in case something does happen. Prevention is better than cure, right? At this stage, there are no actual set rules that on what you can and cannot do as a bro streamer. However, there are some examples of inappropriate behavior, possible inappropriate behavior. Some of you have already read this. So advertising links, and that in itself is fine if it's relevant and let's say it answers a question, like some subscriber on the Discord asks you, so for example, today somebody asked the question, can you change the price of turnips? Change the time for if you're hosting turnips. Can you go back in time to hold that price? And then Kaiju quoted my video, but she could have equally quoted her own video. Look at this. It says, no, you cannot. That's not a problem. That's totally okay. Okay. Information is okay. You guys can post information regardless. Okay. But even better if it's from your own channel. So you can promote your own channel in that sense. But if you're advertising something that has no relevance, I know you guys play a lot of other games. I haven't expanded onto those. We may touch on them. We can talk about that before you start posting those links. Otherwise, it's not contributing to the chat or to the channel overall. Obviously, if you are downplaying, so this, I don't think any of you will do this. Just a disclaimer. If you guys do anything to harm the reputation of the channel and I lose subscribers, for example, then that's a no-no. All right, simple as that. And if I send you viewers, you send them back to me. Okay, so just mutual respect. This is an interesting one. If you are like, I thought about that. It's important for my channel to keep my donators, and if you guys have donators, you guys can keep donators as well. Oh, hey, Wisp, welcome. Okay, let's have a look at Wisp's art. So, is Wisp watching? Okay, so in time, hopefully we can all work together. If Wisp wants to donate some merch for like merch art, I can promote your artwork, your page, wherever you do your business as well. I can have your fox on a t-shirt and I'll write Bropenings at the bottom and I'll go, this artwork was donated by Vince. This is her page. Oh, sorry, it's by Wisp. This is her page, right? So we can do something like that. It will be a mutually beneficial exercise altogether. It's a dog, a dino dog. Okay, well there you go. Anyway, so that's besides the point. So this one is interesting. If you're only targeting my donators, I'm gonna have a problem with that. If you're generally targeting everyone, that's not a problem. I hope you understand that, because that's just like, it's just, again, mutual respect. I spend a lot of time to get my donators, give them special perks. If you want to give them special perks to donate to my channel, of course that's okay, right? But if you are giving them special perks as a way to directly influence your own channel, that's going to be a little bit tricky. So I just want to put it out there. We can discuss that first. I'm open to all discussion about this kind of thing. So not a problem. Like we can discuss these things, but it's just here as a sort of a baseline to work on in case anything happens, right? And of course, don't forget that you guys are still modding. That's sort of a, you don't, you know what I mean, is if you become a pure bro streamer, we may allow that, but then we'll take away your moderating roles. Does that make sense? So you will lose your moderating roles if you're only now streaming, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, you gotta understand, you're no longer a moderator. You're no longer helping out the Discord. We are simply promoting each other. Okay, we're simply promoting each other. Then you're just a bro streamer. We may modify the name. The bro streamer name has been around for a while. That's why we used it. And a lot of you guys are starting to stream. That's why we used it. So, yes, that's right. You can be a bro streamer. Don't neglect modding duty. Then you can keep both. But if one takes over the other, and that's okay. You just got to let us know. Just let me know, or let the staff know. Look, I'm moving full-time streaming, something like that. Look, streaming is a tough place to break into. Okay, if you break into it, congratulations to you, right? But if you do, okay, that's fine. But if you don't, keep working with me. We as a team will then become the full-time thing. I don't have full-time. I'm barely part-time. I leave my switch on, my brobot on overnight, so that I give you guys a lot of time to play with it, or the subscribers a lot of time to interact, but I need to sleep and get to work the next day. So that's how it works, right? Let me just have a read off what's in the bro streamers discussion now. So, oh, by the way, you guys are welcome to talk into the mic. It will get then recorded on this stream. I'm a stay mod, yes, good idea. Yes, so don't neglect modding duty. Vinny, which AC character is your fave? This is not a okay. This is not a stream about that. This is not a stream about content right now. This is purely a stream about what is a bro streamer, what is Bro Vinny's setup on streaming, and again, don't give this video out to anybody else. I only want to teach you guys, only you guys. Okay, if you release this to anyone else, you know what, you've lost my trust in that sense. So, and also what's happening with Pokemon Insurgents. Quite a few things that we need to go through and still work on. And we're going to need to assign tasks to individuals to do. It's a lot of work. If you want to back out, that's okay. Just let us know. You know what, I can't deal with this. I've got too much going on with my life. But I'm serious, so I don't know if you're serious. Stay on, and we'll continue, and we'll try and push through. You don't have to be available 24/7. I'm not available 24/7, but the idea is if we all cover a certain hour of the day, right? At some point, we should be able to be collaboratively streaming 24/7. Streaming, artwork, merchandise, all of those are part of the Bro Streamer title at the moment. We may split into Broder Artists or Bro Moto or something like that in the future.
Can I ask something?
Everything right now. Who talked?
Can I ask something?
Yeah, go on. Is that that's Wisp, isn't it? Yeah, go on, Angie.
It's Angie, yeah. Which is your favorite villager? I want to make a design for that for a t-shirt or something. I don't know.
Give me a sec. Let me just.
They can be ugly. They don't from your village, you know.
Okay. Give me 1 sec. Okay, can you talk again? I just need to check my audio is right. Okay. Okay, you guys can hear her? Can you guys hear her on the stream as well? Okay. That's okay. That's okay. I'm a little bit worried you're not coming through the stream. You're only coming through. Let me reconnect. 1 second. Okay. Okay. For some reason. Okay, let me try another. 1 sec. 1 sec. Okay, alright, I think I'm connected now. Can you...
In the meantime, you guys should enjoy
okay, you're on the
my
stream now.
fun...
Excellent.
Ah, nice.
Excellent. Okay, so you asked me what my favorite Animal Crossing character is. Right now, it's Nox. You see the cock character over there on my live stream? You probably don't see because you're not watching the live stream. Not a problem. It's Nox.
I do watch, but not a lot. Not a lot because... Yeah, Corona.
Okay, so yeah, we can maybe make a meme out of Nox, because I keep talking about that. Yeah, the cock character over there. Well, the cock with the golden armor, the golden helmet.
Yes.
So that again, this is like this is not relevant to the stream today, but happy to keep answering questions. So more Q&A stuff. So one of the main things that's been brought up is how do I stream? What do you guys want to know? What do you guys want to know? I know Togepi specifically asked about how to do Pokemon Insurgents because he had some error when he put in the source. But I want to know where you guys are at and what you want to know in terms of streaming now. So we're talking specifically about streaming at this stage, and I will do a screen share about that in a moment if you want to learn. So let me hide all this other stuff for now. Might leave this one on.
What's the name of the chicken?
He's still at the top. Okay.
What's the name of the chicken?
1 1 second. Let me get my.
I can't hear you anymore.
Is Angie talking just now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. But what's the chicken's name?
Nox. Nox.
Nox. Okay.
I didn't
I'm gonna
name him.
find some research, reference or something.
You forgot about the
Frick.
YouTube lag. Yeah, there is a YouTube lag. 5 seconds. So, any specific questions about how to stream, or do you want me to go through everything? Because this is gonna. There's. If you have a specific question, is best because then I can just.
Not really.
I can just answer that. I'm cutting out, am I? Am I cutting out?
We don't hear you.
You're cutting in and out. Okay, hang on a second. Hello, 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 hello. Let me know if it's getting better. Is it just a stream, or is it Discord? Okay, I'm not really sure. Let me try and reconnect.
Stream anymore because I need
Okay,
a
can you hear
reference
me?
pics.
Maybe
Pic
I
of
missed with something.
the chicken.
Headphones. Okay. How about now? Hello, hello, hello. Seems to be working. Hello, 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 hello. This sounds really choppy. Sound is really choppy. Okay. That's weird. So let me see if maybe I was putting something out in the wrong setting. All right, I'm going to use. Yeah, can you hear me or not? You can hear me. You can hear me. Okay, why is Judge and Meme saying they can't hear me? I see. Sure. that can work as well. Now just be careful not to, when you draw something too similar to the original, I can't put it onto merch because it'll get copyright infringement and then I can't sell it. Yeah. Yeah, you can use your own style or add lots of like channel specific material like big text, bropenings, whatever. The less recognizable your artwork is, the less of a copyright infringement it would be. But of course, the less people would know what it is, right? So it's a fine line to, it's a fine balance that you got to find. Can we call it? I didn't even realize that if you take away the N, it's Cox. Whoa. This Nox guy is ridiculous. Oh, anyway, enough of that. So I don't see any questions about the streaming in particular. So any questions? Because otherwise, okay, Judge has a question. Because otherwise, I'm going to randomly go through a few things that people have asked, but Togepi is not actually on right now, so I can't answer his question. And I'll go through the Insurgent stream. Hi, Curly. How's it going? So this stream... Judge is taking his time to type, but while we're waiting, so if you just joined, you can go back later on to the start of the stream to rewatch. The link is there for you. It's about what is a bro streamer, what we're trying to do, and And the goal is if everybody has a channel, we can all work together to make to help each other grow. Okay, so you know, I would promote your channel. You would then send members to me, etc. All right, I would like to know that with the bro streaming thing. See, I got what you said, but I'm curious about the part where you said we don't have to stream all the time. So, for example, so that's what Judge is saying. I might make bro streamer chat available to see by helpers as well today, because otherwise they'll have no idea what's going on. So helpers, you can see the bro streamer chat as well now. Yep, who's talking? AD Flash, what's up? Yeah, Pokemon Insurgence is a free game. It's a fan-made free game. There's really just one 600-700 megabyte file that you got to download, and that's it. That's it. One second. Let me make the volume louder. Don't know why it's so soft here. Can you say that again? Okay, hello. Let me test. One second. It's not connecting via this app. Give me a sec. Let me restart this. Okay, I don't know why. The Discord app is a bit weird because I've got two. The Discord app is a bit weird because I've got two windows running, so it doesn't know which one's inputting and outputting. Communications microphone. Okay. So what about the Pokemon Insurgence? Yes, it is a fan-made Pokemon game, and the great thing is we like promoting free games because anybody can join, right? And one of the great things we've chosen Pokemon Insurgence for upcoming streaming is anybody can download it and anybody can play along with us if they want to. I don't know how well it will go. We'll have to promote ahead of time. We talked about things such as like giving away prizes if they beat Bro Vinny in finishing the game or something like that, right? So we talked about all of those, but we still got a lot to work on. One of the main problems, one of the main things we wanted to do is have multiple staff playing at the same time and streaming at the same time to their own channel, so then they get their own viewers, right? Plus, then I'll have a mega stream where I show everybody. Maybe I'll click and enlarge each person. We've been trialing that for a few days now. There's been a few issues. There's not a lot of good screen sharing programs out there. And even if there is, it costs money. It's like a subscription for like $15 or $80 a month, which is not really worth it. And it's per person, right? If you have multiple people doing multiple streaming, then it doesn't work. The only free way that is probably more guaranteed is if all of you are streaming to either Twitch or YouTube or something like that, and then I take whatever you're streaming. Unfortunately, then there'll be a lag, right? And then I crop that and put it onto my screen. Obviously, it won't be as smooth. It will just be like a patchwork kind of thing. But then that is going to be a bit smoother. It's free. Sorry, guys, it's lagging a bit. It's going to be smoother and free, but there will be a lag. And it won't be as well integrated because I have to move things around myself, enlarge certain screens to show. So that's why we've sort of picked Pokemon Insurgence. It's going to be a risky one. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. We'll move on, do other things, not a problem. Okay. Any other questions about that? Excellent. So if you want to join us, that's not a problem as well. We'll incorporate you somewhere along the lines. So let's have a look at Judge's original question. So for example, if you can't stream, is it possible to do the same thing but just uploading recorded videos and such? I'm curious about what you think. We don't have to stream all the time. Yeah, so streaming is a part of what we do. It's not all of what we do. We do videos. You know, I cause controversy by posting videos on glitches, right? Or we talk about the missing no issue. That one gave me 30% dislikes on that video. All the haters out there on who are cheating, obviously, hitting the dislike button. But see, it's a small part of what we do. Moving very soon. I know I keep saying this, but very soon moving on to merchandise. I have members. So you know how you can become a member on YouTube? I have that option available as well. There's a lot of things we're going to expand on, and we're going to give perks to those certain people. Maybe those people can join our staff's private streams. You know, there's going to be a lot to think about. Happy to take on any ideas if you guys have any, because it's not realistic for me as one person to do all of that. I've got a backlog of videos to make. So yes, so in answer to your question, Judge, yes, I encourage you to upload videos. Try to make it relevant. Try to make it interesting, of course, and it should always. You should always try to make it interesting. That's what this is about, right? If you don't make it interesting, who's going to be watching? Who's going to be searching those terms to find your videos? And then I'm more than happy to then promote your stuff, right? Does that make sense? Yeah, Bropenings as a hub for all streams, or videos, or artworks. We are the bros, right? So I mean, I know it's a very vague term, but it can work out really well for all of us at the same time. So it can benefit all of us. I've been thinking about this for a long time, how we can make everything work all the time, that I don't actually have to be available all the time, and all my viewers always have something to do. We've done things like the Bropenings gym. Okay, we've done things like so you guys are taking on battle requests, okay, and shiny raids, that's still going. You know, that's it's amazing. The shiny raids, there are still hosts. It's amazing. So we've done all of that, but we're taking one step further. Okay, we've got VIPs. VIPs are like my mini bros. VIPs are my mini bros. They host, and I give them a little bit extra perk here and there. But unfortunately, everyone's a VIP nowadays. Yeah, you might be onto something. You're creating a new platform as a hub channel, says D-Flash. In a way, yes. In a way, yes. I am still a small channel relative to what everyone else out there that you've seen, obviously. So this is, I mean, if I had 2 million subscribers, this would be much more powerful. But well, you know, since we're all kind of part-timers, it's good to get started early in that sense, so that we can all cover a certain hour of the day. If it was streaming, if it was video making, that's fine. Just make something relevant. If you want a Roblox channel, we can look into that. Okay, but we need to have that kind of audience as well. We don't just want to keep adding channels that are irrelevant. Yes, it can, right? We don't want the Bropenings. Now, this is a bit tricky. We don't want the Bropenings to seem like just a place for you to advertise. So it's not like that. Bropenings is your brother channel, in a sense. Is that we do affiliated content with each other. I still do my stuff, but every day I'm thinking about how can I have 3 computers going so that I can host Brobot for people who just want to do shinies, who just want to get free shinies, but still give me the subs. And if they're the subs, a percentage of them is going to cross over to being competitive players, to being, and so on, right? And then a second stream, which is Animal Crossing Turnips. You guys have seen it. You guys are bored of it by now. I'm bored of it, but that's not. It's getting me the subs, okay? And then that takes a certain percentage, a percentage of subscribers who will overlap and then watch us play a certain game. Maybe Pokemon Insurgents. Maybe they join Pokemon Insurgents. Maybe we promote it and go, look, today we are going to start playing We're going to see who can get the furthest, the most number of badges by day 7. If you want to join and you get more badges before all of us, you get Discord Nitro. I don't know, something like that. So we got a lot to think about there. Let me have a read of the chat. Right, so I'm going to use an analogy. So like some YouTube houses, in a way, where they each have their own channels, but they have a hub where they work together and are a YouTube family. Yes, Bropenings family. So that is, in a way, you can look at it that way. You can look at it that way. Maybe even a randomizer. Look, if you're all doing Pokemon, that's not a problem. Like, somebody can be doing Pokemon randomizer. I'll be doing shiny raids. And when I'm done, I go, look, you guys want to watch a bit more, you know, you guys are not ready to sleep yet, go over to this guy's channel. That's fine. Play a Soul Link or a Shiny Lock. I'm not sure. I don't actually know what a Soul Link is. I don't actually know what a Soul Link is. Can I post showdown stuff in competitive info? Yeah, I think so. Aren't you the head of the competitive section with Judge? That's up to you. I haven't, not gonna lie, I barely step foot in that area. So that's all yours. If memes want to take over the entire competitive community, all yours. Meme and Judge, you already do. And if you want to take over and do competitive videos, competitive streams, people can come on and battle you on the stream. That's a thing. Like, we can do it, right? So I'll say, look, you guys got the shiny, go show it off, go battle memes. Right? So on his stream, he's streaming right now, right? Something like that. But obviously, this is just some examples right now. Soul Link is if your mon dies, your partner's linked mon also dies. Right. What's a linked mon? If we're gonna do insurgents, why not have a casual walkthrough first, like Vinny? So for example, like Vinny way saying prizes for beating the game in a certain time or finishing the decks, shiny hunting, meme stream. What about showdown tournaments with viewers joining, kind of akin to Smash online tournaments? Yes, Judge, you can do showdown. You are more than welcome to just stream showdown all the time. At the start, it will be a bit tough to get traction because I'm sure a lot of people already do that. Are there people out there who are accepting, are there streamers out there who are accepting challenges on showdown? Because if there aren't, you can be the one. Yes, of course. Like, yes. So then you can do something similar. You can be, but we can make it not too many. Look, we can make it attractive, right? I can give away shiny Tapus. I still haven't given away a single one. I can give away, yeah. So I can give away shiny Tapus if you beat Judge in showdown, and he's streaming right now. Guess what? You know his team. You get to stream snipe him. You get to watch him, right? So you have a high chance of beating him. I don't know, something like that. We can watch him lose. Yeah. Yeah, remember guys that with the gym section, I do actually want more people getting gym badges. You want to stream snipe Judge? Yeah, and you'll need to support each other. Unfortunately, hi Angie. Okay, so if Judge starts that stream, a few of you need to go over and demonstrate. You know, you need something. And the thing is, you also got to make it interesting. I think that one of the problems with Judge streaming is you don't even have a microphone, not even on your phone. So we can work something out in the end. Maybe you can type, I don't know, but without that audio interaction, it's going to go a lot slower, and your traction will be a bit slower, unfortunately. Okay, and that's we work with what we have at this stage. You've been handicapped from the beginning. All right, now next question was, what is your stream setup? Can you ask us? I think Memes asked me, what is your stream setup? Can you ask that question a bit more specifically? Which part are you asking about? Are you talking about how my layout goes, like in like this, or are you talking about, like, for example, this screen, or are you talking about my entire software? Yeah, see you soon, Flash. Are you talking about my entire software, or are you talking about the hardware? There's a lot to talk about here because I don't know where to get started, so you'll just have to ask me those questions. Do you just layer them in OBS? Okay. Number one, I don't use OBS. I use Streamlabs OBS. SLOBS is the abbreviation for it. Streamlabs OBS. I've downloaded OBS before. Streamlabs OBS. I believe Streamlabs. So OBS is open broadcasting software, right? So it is. You can take it and modify it to make it your own. So I think that's what Streamlabs has done. They've made it their own broadcasting software that is targeted for streamers, so that it includes additional coding in there that would give you things like, you see this thing here. So if you're watching on the YouTube chat, the Stream Boss is a Streamlabs OBS function. It doesn't cost you anything to make. So if you use Streamlabs OBS, I think you'll be ahead of the game, as opposed to OBS will give you more functionality in, I believe. I've never used it. I've downloaded it. I've checked it out before, but I've just stuck with Streamlabs OBS. So that's number one. So let me see your question again. Do you just layer them in OBS? So layering, yes. So Streamlabs OBS is quite similar to, let me show you my setup now. Now this is going to be a little bit of a mind inception. Let me just remove some stuff now. Wow, that was quick, Angie. That was very quick. Oh, I don't need the title there, right? Text. Let me remove some stuff first so you guys can see. All right, just give me a few minutes here to set up what we need to see, and only what we need to see. What's wrong? What happened to Crazy? Sorry, I'm just removing a bunch of text so that you don't get confused here. I have a lot going on in my in my stream here. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to remove Discord chat as well, so that it's purely what you need to see and my face, and that's it. All right, so all of those are individual items. They're called sources. Let's have a look at what my Streamlabs OBS actually looks like. I'm going to add a window capture here. 1 second. Streamlabs OBS. Okay, so that doesn't work. Okay, I've never streamed my streaming software before, so I just gotta quickly find a Streamlabs OBS. Chicken looks good. Looks delicious. Okay, so I'll have to do no effort. Okay. Are you a furry? What? Okay. Kaiju loves fairies. Okay, you're gonna get a bit of a like Inception going on in here. Now this is going to be very confusing at first, but bear with me, okay? No one's hating on you. I don't think so anyway. So I'm going to close this. All right. Can you guys... So now I'm talking about how to stream and how to set up stream. And maybe I'll remove my face now because there's too many of me appearing. There's too many of me appearing on the screen. Okay, so this is really trippy. That's really trippy. If I make it smaller, it might be more understandable. Does anyone understand what's going on in the screen? I'm going to minimize this. Let me put it in a corner that you can't see. Okay. Nope. Psychedelic. Okay, I'll come back for a bit. What I've got here is my Streamlabs OBS. So if you have a look at... what you're going to have to ignore is... how do I explain this? Is this part, okay? Just ignore this inner part for now. Just pretend... is there a better way to do this? So it doesn't... No, there isn't. Okay. I'm going to have to just crop. All right. So that you guys can understand what I'm saying. So first of all, Streamlabs OBS is the software. Okay, I'm going to make this clear that I use. In the middle part is where you put all the things. It's like your canvas. If you use Photoshop or whatever, that's your canvas in the middle. Now at the bottom is where all the behind the scenes things happen. This is end stream. Usually it says go live. Why is my screen transparent? What do you mean? What do you mean your screen is transparent? Okay. So yeah, go on. How do I mirror or capture the screen? So it's called Elgato. Elgato has a capture device. I'll show you now. If 150 to 250, I don't remember. So you have to look it up, but it's Elgato 60S. So let me show you. For PS4 and Xbox, they have native streaming programs, but not Switch. So what I'm holding here is the Elgato HD 60S. Okay, so if you're watching the stream, then you'll see this one. If you are serious about streaming, you need this even if you are streaming from PS4 or streaming from Xbox. And the reason for that would be it shows my phone wallpaper through the video. I'm not sure. Okay. So the reason for this, even if you're streaming on PS4, which is a native function, you don't get customizability. So I can put things where I want. I can put my camera in every pixel on this thing, on Streamlabs. I'm pretty sure PS4 and other streaming softwares, they are bound to certain types of layouts, and they are bound to certain streaming platform. So Microsoft, for example, would be for Xbox. I think so. I'm not 100%. I've never done it before, but I believe that's the case. So if you have this one, then you can do whatever. This device will allow you to capture any game that has HDMI. If you do decide to go ahead though, you have to be careful. There are a few people who's fallen into a few traps with the HD60S and Elgato. For example, it uses USB 3.0. If your computer's a bit older and you're on the edge of 2.0, not going to work. And if you have cables that are 2.0, not going to work. I would suggest you look at compatibility. Make sure your computer is good enough, 3.0 USB, before you actually purchase this relatively expensive device. Let's have a look at the price of it. Let's see. So Elgato HD60S. Since while you guys are all here, let's have a look. So we've got Elgato HD60S. If you buy direct from Elgato, shop now. I mean, it's the most reputable source, right? Oh, hang on, it takes you to Amazon. Let's take Amazon. Let's have a look at Amazon. That's 269 Australian dollars, I believe. So that's going to be nearly 200, around 200, I believe. USD. $180 USD. So USD. So that would be an investment if you're serious about streaming. You don't have to. You can just do. So the great thing about Streamlabs or just OBS in general is that you can stream games that you're playing on your computer without any capture device. So any stream, shopping with Vinny, any Steam games or just local PC games, you can automatically stream. The question is, how? I can go through that if you want, if you have any specific questions, but I'm just going to quickly explain it briefly how this happens. What you see here are the scenes. So scenes are like they are how you've set up something. So I've set up this stream for staff streaming. I've set up the BRB screen. Okay, you can see here. This is the BRB screen. I set up one for Overcooked and something like that. Anyway, so this is your scene, okay? And then within each scene, you then edit. They're like, no, sources are like layers. Scenes are the actual output. Like, it's like when you have multiple different photos or multiple different videos you're editing. Those are the different scenes. You can jump between them. So when I want the BRB screen, okay, when I'm like, oh guys, look, I'm tired, I gotta take a break for 5 minutes, I hit this button, I hit the scene button, BRB. That's all I do. Once I've set it up, I just have it there. So this is how it works. So different scenes, okay? The layers are the sources. Within each scene, you have multiple different sources that you've set up. So I've got Left 4 Dead, camera. My alert box is where when subscribers they subscribe or when donators donate, then it plays. So you know that flashing thing. So you need an alert box because you want to be excited when you get the subscribers. Do scenes show which sources to load? So if you want to load yes, of course. If you want to load a certain source, you just click. You put it in. You press the plus button, and you put in either an image. So sorry, you guys can't see that now. I have to expand this now. So it's we're gonna go a bit of a trippy screen again. Okay, so all right. So you see this. When you press the plus button, this is where you spend a lot of time learning each individual function. Of course, it's going to be a bit of a steep learning curve at the start. So audio capture, input capture is your microphone. If you don't add this, sorry, if you have like a different microphone, so it should inherently have a mic anyway. So if you look at the bottom here, where my mouse is, it should inherently have a mic option already. If it doesn't, you can use, if you've got different mics, you can use audio input capture. Video capture device is, for example, your webcam. It actually tells you, okay, webcam. All right, have a look over here. Built-in webcam, Logitech webcam, capture cards. Even says Elgato, the brand name. Okay, capture cards. So this is where you would output. So once you've connected your cables, your switch will then the image from your switch will then be it will go through the Elgato and be split into two. One will go to your TV, or where you normally like to play, or your monitor. Two is to the computer. It gets split into two. So the input will, so you've plugged the HDMI into the Elgato, then it splits the image to two. There's no loss of speed. One goes to your main screen, so you can actually keep playing as normal while still streaming. You can be on the couch. If you do that though, obviously you need a really long cable. If your couch, your TV is very far away from your computer, and it is possible. Let me show you my extremely long. That sounded weird. My extremely long HDMI cable. So if you again take it seriously and you want to play games. So when Piggy's playing. Okay, this is a green screen, by the way. This is my Elgato green screen. When Piggy is playing on the TV over there, okay, I can stream that by connecting that switch through a really long HDMI cable to the Elgato next to my computer, and I'm plugging mine. Okay, so this is the really long cable. Okay, but again, that's another investment. That's another investment if you need that kind of equipment. So I bought that and it worked. Okay, I tested it myself and it worked. So okay, let's go back to this. So that's probably a bit of unnecessary information at the moment. Oh, Kaput is here. Yeah, you can use the Discord live chat if you want. Oh, sorry, not live chat. You want to use the Discord. You want to use. Can you guys still hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys still hear me on Discord or not? Have I gone cold? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing. Hello, testing. Damn. Give me a sec. Alright, I gotta remove myself first. Because, how do I remove myself? Okay, testing, testing. Alright, I think I'm back on the... Hello, hello, hello. Yes, so as I was saying, where was I up to? So let's go back to Streamlabs OBS. So this is where I believe the widgets are where Streamlabs OBS makes a difference to regular OBS. Both programs are free, by the way. Okay, so Kaput is here. So this is where you get the integrated stuff like alert box. Alert box is this once somebody subscribes, right? It goes subscribed. That bro Vinny subscribed. So you need that. And there's a lot more. We're about to open a can of worms if we go through this list. But most of this can be tested or controlled on the Streamlabs website. It's like Dinobot. You know how it's got a control panel as a separate website. It's not controlled within Discord. You've got some limited control, but for these widgets, what I think at the start, what I didn't understand, and I'm teaching you guys now, is that there is a separate control panel for almost all of these things, including like donation goal, subscription goal, chat box. Chat box brings the YouTube live chat into your. So let's try that. Let's go add source and done. Let's try testing. So hopefully that will show through. You see testing, spelled wrong. So chat box, this is how all the streamers, it's so easy for somebody to set up this kind of thing these days. See, right? Animaker Put has just ended up in the chat box. I haven't activated chat box on my own stream for various reasons, including the fact that basically I don't need it. I've got Discord chat, which has other functions. All right, see ya. So Discord chat has the ability to put media, memes, and so on. Is there a faster, easier software to work with? What do you mean by that? Like faster, like even easier than Streamlabs? Because Streamlabs is quite easy already, in my opinion. You just have to understand it, okay? Understand the scenes and understand the scenes and sources and how to add each function. Okay. I don't know. I was wondering, is there was an easier way to work with software? Streamlabs is your easiest way, and still maintaining integrity of streaming. Like if you use PS4, Xbox, and I've personally not done it. If Prodigy was here, if EVM Prodigy was here, he could answer your questions. I'm not sure if Kaiju is around. No, Kaiju's not here. I'm not sure what Kaiju uses, but in some consoles they have it inbuilt so that it's super easy for you to stream. But the problem you'll be limited. You won't be adding all these subscription goals and that kind of thing. Okay, you won't be using these functions. Spin the wheel. You don't have any of these extra functions that you would otherwise have if you use Streamlabs. So spin the wheel is actually a spin wheel. It is a spin wheel function that's been preset. Yeah, so Memeset just said PS4 has this weird share feature, but it's just your gameplay with a layout that can't really be changed. Well, not that much. So if you want to have the ability to add video, webcam, voice, change the layout, move things around, have two things going on at the same time, you need Streamlabs OBS. All right, so this is spin the wheel. To do spin the wheel is quite tricky. If you want some tips on it, I'm happy to go through it later with you. I just want to show you an overview of Streamlabs first. Spin the wheel, you have to go to control panel in Streamlabs. So you go to the Streamlabs website, you sign in with your YouTube or Twitch account, and you then set up the spin the wheel. It took me days to set up because the text wasn't right, the size wasn't right, the color wasn't right, and anyway, in the end it worked out okay, as you guys would know by now. I haven't used some of these other ones, member goal, stream label, instant replay. So there you go. Like Streamlabs has everything already set up for you so that it is probably one of the easiest ways to go about streaming already. I mean, I know how to fully use OBS, but I'm the type of guy who likes stuff as easy as possible. Look, maybe I can copy my settings and send it to you. Somehow you can import my settings. I'm not too sure. I'm not sure if that will work. But this is, once you have set up once, streaming just becomes, everything, like I'm always editing my settings. You guys, I'm sure you've noticed over time, my layout is it's always changing. to adapt to the environment that stream. And it what was I gonna say? Once you've set up once, I remember what I was going to say now. So you see these sources here, chat box I've already set up. I've put it, in the layer that I want it to be above everything else, something like that. Once you've set up once, all it is just clicking the go live button. Go live is here. End stream is also here because that's where you finish. Okay. There's a few settings I really want you guys to know if you are streaming, like if you're starting to stream. So one of the main sort of complexities in this, in Streamlabs or in OBS in general, is settings. And you want to learn a bit more about this. And I can only tell you so much because I only know so much. Okay, so let's have a look at general. So you read through all of that and see what things you can change. Stream. Now, our output is where, okay, I want to come back to a stream in a moment. Output is where you can change the bit rate, the quality. You can go to video, which is the resolution that you output to. So I'm outputting at 720p over here. So you can change that. You can't change that while you're streaming. Now, stream is one of the first things you should be. So when you first start streaming, you want to be checking that tab. How does this software give you an image and end up on YouTube? How does that happen? Like, what connects them? It's called a stream key. Does anyone not know what a stream key is? Does anyone not know what a stream key is? Okay, everyone knows what a stream key is. I know what it is, though. I find it confusing. You get the key and lets you stream directly to the platform. It's a streams key. Okay, so what a stream key is now. I won't actually press this button because there's a safety issue here. When you press this button, when you go to YouTube and you go broadcast, okay, let's talk about, okay, it's basically a bunch of numbers that will tell you that this device, my computer, is streaming to, it's like a QR code, is streaming to this live video on this YouTube account. Okay, so it's basically a QR code, right? I'm not going to leak my stream key because if I leak my stream key, you guys will boot up your Streamlabs and start streaming to my stream. You will then access the Bropenings stream. Okay, so we can actually do this. That's not a problem. But the thing is, obviously, I have to protect myself here. If you start streaming porn and I get banned from YouTube, that's going to be a problem, of course. So I'm not saying you guys will jeopardize me, but I need to be safe. It's like your password, but it's not. Okay, it's not a password. It's just your QR code to allow your computer to directly stream to your account on YouTube. It's a QR code, okay? But in text. I mean, QR code is just text converted to dots, right? It's just text converted to dots. It's just a river. It's the same thing in the end. Can you change your stream key if it gets breached? Very easy. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But just don't leak it because it's very easy. So you start a new stream. So, okay, let's go through and have a look at how Bropenings does his stream from the YouTube side. So whenever you need to stream, you need to have two things open. One is Streamlabs. We've already talked about that. You set up your canvas on how you want things to show. Okay. By the way, I say all of this, but make sure you have a powerful enough computer because if you don't, there's no point. Or get a better one. Okay. Unfortunately, you do need power or stream at 480. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't help you with that. Okay. That's something that's up to you. Or don't stream a really powerful game. So when people say they've got a gaming computer, that is different to a streaming computer. And you can kind of say that it's still different to a streaming and gaming computer. streaming takes up a lot of CPU. So let's have a look at my my CPU over here. My CPU goes to about 10%. So it uses about 10% of my CPU. Obviously, it depends on how much you have on, like what kind of device you have as well. So here, sorry, 10 to 20%. But you always want spare. You don't want to maximally use it all the time. And that's not even streaming at the highest resolution. Okay, so it tells you at the bottom of OBS what percentage of the CPU you're using. Then the rest is your game, your live chat and you need to monitor the live chat. You need to have Discord. Okay, so this live chat over here, I need to have my Chrome open. So I'm operating right now while streaming at about 50%. When I have Brobot going, is about 80%. I chuck on Drawful. Drawful goes from 10% to 20% over an hour. I have no idea why it takes more and more power, but it does. CPU, for me, it gets maximized, like, and it starts to overheat. You need to monitor the temperature. You can't, if your computer is 100% CPU, you need to also make sure that the temperature is within control. Lots of free programs out there. So I use a thing called Core Temp to do this. So Core Temp tells me the temperature. You need to look up approximately what is considered too hot as well. Okay, so I use this free software. Easy stuff, okay? Monitor the temperature. Sorry, just give me 1 second. Let me have a read through. I wouldn't dare do that. I can't take the risk of streaming that. Now, if we anime wise, then there we go. How many monitors do you recommend, Vinny? I only have 2. Do you recommend increasing CPU usage on weaker PCs? So I have unlocked my CPU. What's it called? Overclocking. I have overclocked my CPU to be able to stream. I bought mine secondhand for about $1,000 off a friend. Okay. So let's say first hand you would be looking at about, let's say about a $1,500 PC plus monitor, maybe a little bit more, and still you need to overclock. Overclocking is annoying. You have to go into the BIOS. You have to turn off the computer and press, when you turn it on PC, I'm talking about PC, right? Press delete or F8 or whatever, and go into the settings of your motherboard's chip, the CPU basically, and you have to tell it, look, I want to take a bit more power. I want there to be more speed, more capability to process. But of course, it's a robot. If you tell it to process more, it will until it's a limit. But the problem is then it will overheat unless you've got a really good cooling tower. I've just recently run a dust cleaning service on myself on my computer as well. So you need to be servicing your computer. It's actually not cheap from a time or money perspective to be doing this. I'm not sure if you want to go into this, right? I'm talking about first hand, $1,500 first hand. If you were buying first, I bought it for $1,000 Australian dollars second hand. Okay, so it's probably about, if you're buying everything second hand, about maybe $750, and you will have a just manageable stream and gaming computer. I do have to, so when I play Left 4 Dead or something, I do have to shrink it a bit, lower the quality a bit to make everything go a bit smoother. Otherwise, what will happen is when the CPU maximizes 100%, the problem is when it's 100%, it will no longer process some things, and then your stream will lag. In the early stages, when I lagged, it was because I was eating away at my CPU at 100%. I overclocked it. Heating then was a problem. So you need to find ways to cool your computer. Whether you start to look at liquid cooling, if you want without reservation, like a gaming computer that can do this without having to worry about anything, without having to worry about overclocking your CPU, making it a bit more powerful, taking a bit more juice, squeezing a bit more juice out of it, and not overheating, easily $2,000, because you got to look at liquid cooling and that kind of thing. Yeah, look, guys, we obviously you don't have to all do that. That's why we are looking at Insurgents. Pokemon Insurgents. People love the game because it's Pokemon, and there's a little bit of new material, Delta Pokemon, and it's free and it's easy to stream. Okay, if you can stream, Pokemon Insurgents should take only a little bit more CPU. Let's check it out. So I'm gonna open Pokemon Insurgents now and see how much power that actually takes, how much more CPU from on my computer. It hasn't gone up that much. Let's have a look. So, oh, that's very loud. Sorry, guys. Okay, so it's not doing too much. Maybe like 5 to 10% more. So this is great. Oh, hang on, little spike there. Okay, so I like to monitor my CPU. When I tell people, look, I'm watching my CPU, it's not my fault that it's lagging. I'm looking at my CPU, I'm looking at my Wi-Fi, I'm looking at everything and go, look, it's not maximized anywhere, and it shouldn't be lagging because of me. Then you have to look at your ISP. So recently there's been a lot of people who's working from home, using the computer at certain hours, and it's causing me to lag. Can also be YouTube, all right, but that's rare, or Twitch, whatever. All right, so how many monitors do you recommend? Ooh, that's a tough one. Start with one. You start with your good one. If you have a second one, that's good. If you have a third one, that's good too. The more monitors you have though, that means you're expecting to be doing more on all three monitors. If you're doing a lot on all three monitors, is your computer able to handle all of that? What's the point of getting a third monitor you can never use? Why get your computer to take on more graphics when your computer can't even handle that much? So two is just check your CPU, check your stats. Okay, so this is my relatively modest Intel Core card, my CPU card chip. It's relatively modest. It's not that powerful, but I overclocked it to make it a bit more powerful, squeeze a bit more juice out of it. And I would say if I were to start again, I would go 1 or 2 more price points above this in terms of power. So having 3 monitors is not a problem. You can get 3 monitors and you can do more. That's definitely true. As long as sorry, am I still talking here? Okay. All right. You guys can still hear me on Discord, right? Okay. So as long as your computer can handle it, I personally, okay, so another stream equipment review. I personally have a curved ultra wide monitor. I love it. Okay, so it's an LG ultra wide monitor, and the best thing about it is you don't have 2 separate screens, so it's one connected screen. You don't have a break in the middle. I don't really see any negatives, to be honest. I love it. I love it. I'd much rather one ultra wide than 2 separate monitors, because everything just transitions smoothly in front of me. Could you send me a list of equipment you use? Oh, that's gonna take me ages. It's gonna take me ages. You can you're welcome to ask me now what I use. So I've got the LG ultra wide. What else do I use? I've got the Elgato HD60S. I've got the Elgato green screen. I've actually made a video. If you look at Bropenings Discord, the main page, the home page, scroll to the bottom. There's a stream equipment subcategory. Have a look at that. That's got a few things that I use. I have a key light from Streamlabs. So you see this here. Okay. Now, when you buy a lighting, it's very important to have good lighting because people want to see your face if you are doing webcam. Oh, microphone. Okay, so it's the Audio Technica 2020 or something. AT 2020. Okay. I must say though, you have to be careful about microphones. A lot of streamers use, now I've actually read this somewhere, a lot of streamers use, now, okay, I completely forgot my microphone terminology. There's different types of microphones. There's like compact or compound or something. Look it up. A lot of streamers use a certain type of microphone because it looks professional, but actually isn't the best sound quality for a streamer. It's have a look at things like what each type of microphone is good for. I got this as a present, so I didn't get a choice. But I'm happy with it. But if I'm further away, you can hardly hear me. The voice changes so much for this microphone that if I'm talking close to it, it's a lot clearer. If you're talking like this close to it, it's a lot clearer. It makes a beautiful sound. But you'd be restricted in your movements. Whereas when I use my webcam, so my webcam is the Logitech. Okay, so you can actually see it here. Oops. Cancel. Okay, camera properties. The C922 Pro stream webcam right here. Okay. So that's the one I use. Now I can't show you the stream webcam because I can't take a video of the thing that I'm taking a video with. But here it is. It's this one here. A lot of streamers use this, so you're not going to go wrong. It comes with a microphone. Okay, so camera quality, decent if you have good lighting. If you don't have good lighting, I don't like it. Okay, it's not that good. Okay, if you don't have good lighting. If you have good lighting, it's quite good. So daytime streaming is ideal for quality of the camera. This microphone is very interesting. It will register you from a mile away. If you were part of the time when I got shiny GMX Charizard, the shiny den, right? You remember when I shouted so loud into the microphone, and it would break your ears. People would be like, "Oh my god, Vinny, you like freaking destroyed my ears." That was because I used this microphone. It has no filter. It will not inhibit excessively loud noises. But it will register things from far away, and that's the best. That's not the best. That's what you want for a stream webcam microphone, because it's further away from you. I'm not going to talk into the microphone this way. Okay, yeah. So I'm not going to talk into the microphone when it's my camera. So that's what the benefit of this is. So you won't, but the quality is not as good as a dedicated microphone. I wonder if Vinny will do a video just trolling his broads. Maybe. Okay. I'm all over the place right now. Any other questions at this stage? So if not, I'm going to continue doing Pokemon Insurgents. So let's say you open the game and you want to stream Pokemon Insurgents. So this is specifically for Judge. Okay, I gotta restart the game because it's got the audio on my desktop speakers as opposed to my headphones. Okay, so once you've started the game, you have a few options. How do you stream this? How do you bring this into your canvas, into your Streamlabs canvas? Okay, so right now, the game is playing on my computer. But it's not in the canvas yet, okay? I want it to display above my head, let's say. I want it to display above my head. I go add on Streamlabs, add a source. You have a few options. This is where Togepi was struggling earlier. How could you stream console games from a computer or mobile games? Give me a sec. Okay, I'll come back to that in a sec. So you go plus. You have a few options. You can do game capture or window capture. Those are my two favorites. My favorite go-tos. If either of those are not working, so let's let's try game capture, and we go add a new source. Capture specific window. So you click capture specific window, select Pokemon Insurgents, and we go done. Now, one of the problems, why hasn't it shown? One of the problems is it's not compatible with that source. We go try another one. We go window capture. It's trial and error here. There's actually no one that can tell you which one works unless you made the game. And we go done. That's it. That's all there is. Simple as that. So above my head now is Pokemon Insurgents, and we can play. Now with these emulators, they will stop playing when you click away from them. So obviously you won't. Why is the game not playing? Okay, so always monitor your CPU. Okay, so there you have it. So we're playing Pokemon Insurgents, and I'm streaming it. Okay, you're watching me streaming it. It's so simple. You're like 2 clicks away from now streaming Pokemon Insurgents. Of course, we need the stream key. We need to make sure that the stream key, so you go to settings, stream, and the stream key you've put in is the same. Your team sucks. Okay, so that's streaming Pokemon Insurgents. Okay, you can make that bigger, smaller. If you hold Alt, then you can crop the window. So you might not want to display some part of that, right? People like Kaput would be like, you're displaying my coordinates on Minecraft. So what you do, just crop it. Just cut like this. Hold Alt and crop it. So that's Pokemon Insurgents. And what you do now is okay, this is where what you perceive. So we're talking about audio now. The mixer is the audio. What you perceive may not be what the audience hears. You need to get feedback from your audience, or you have your phone playing the YouTube video on the side to make sure that it is what you want to be showing them. So right now I've got mic on really high volume. You can adjust that. I can make myself really soft so you can hardly hear me. Oh, this is for stream. This is not for Discord live chat. And then if you make the desktop audio louder, so now you can hear Insurgents. Okay, so let's okay, so you can hear it now. Okay, so this you got to play with, because it will sound the same to me. Like, adjusting this doesn't change anything for me, what I hear, but it will change what your audience hears. So this is the mixer. You can also change the layout. So there's other things you'll figure out on the go. They're not that important. Mini feed is who's subscribed, who's donated over time. You can change the layout a bit. You can edit them and you can have a stream preview. Stuff like that, but those are the important things. So how would you stream console games from a computer or mobile games? I spent a lot of time on that question. The console game, as long as it's HDMI, then you just need to get the Elgato HD60S. That's like 150 or something. HD60S. You need to get this tool. There are other devices, but this is the most commonly used one. Okay. And this okay. So ignore everything else. HDMI in is where your Switch or console will attach to. Then it will go out and you'll attach that to your TV. Now, I don't actually have anything attached here. I just go from here and then USB-C out to my computer. make sure it's USB 3.0 with all the plugs and all the cables that you use. These ones come with the cables, obviously, except it doesn't come with HDMI, so that you do need to source yourself if you don't have an extra one. I don't think so anyway. So this USB-C, make sure it's 3.0. That should come with it. So from the switch goes in here, and it splits into the computer image and your TV image. So you can still enjoy playing as per normal, but just have your computer set up to be streaming. So the computer will receive this image. To get the image, press plus, video capture device, new, and you select game capture HD 60s. So you see it's already recognized it. I already have switch going. Okay, so I'm going to shrink that. So now I've got 2 games going. Okay, if you have the HD 60s, it will then capture your Nintendo Switch or whatever console. It's going to be better than using just the native streaming functions of PS4, Xbox, or whatever. So, okay, Animal Crossing, whatever. Okay, so this is how you do switch from any console that has HDMI. Of course, hardwares will get upgraded in time, so that will get phased out in time, maybe in a few years' time. So obviously you have to look at your investment over time as well. Don't assume that everything will stay the same forever. That's the worst assumption you can make. Hardwares will upgrade. USB 3.0 will be irrelevant in a few years' time. You need to be aware of these things as well when you invest in this kind of thing. Okay, so that's the Switch now. So we are building what I do. Like we have half the layout of what I do now. There are occasionally some things that you cannot use game capture or window capture. The coding just doesn't allow it to extract that image. So let's say you've got something. So actually Streamlabs, the software, or let's say you've got Photoshop up. You want to show Photoshop. And using game capture or window capture is not working. The coding doesn't work. It's just black. This is where the one way that will always work is display capture, but I would always leave it as a last option. So display capture means your entire screen gets shown, but of course you can crop it. So this is actually a display capture here, this thing here. Okay, so I've got Discord in the back there. So you can see my ultra wide screen, right? So that's why I can keep extending. I'm reading the chat over here. That's my ultra wide screen. Okay, so I got my documents on the left and my taskbar in the bottom. Okay, so you can see all of that. Of course, layers you should know as well what's above one another. You can use the source and you just drag them above and below each other. So what was I saying? So display capture always works, but I believe it uses more CPU, a little bit more. That's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is you're going to make mistakes. Nobody will be able to hide from a loss of privacy if you use display capture. I love warning people of the risks when they do something, like when they do the egg glitch in the missing no egg or whatever, the god egg, or the glitches. I love warning people of risk because it's real. When I'm like, if you're using display capture and I forget, and I've done this a few times, and I forget that I'm actually still on display capture, and I start reading private chats on Discord, on Messenger, or mods chat. I click into mods chat. You guys can all see it now. Now the whole world can see it. Okay. So, okay. Let me just reconnect. Okay. So now the whole world can see it. What's in mods chat. You need to be careful. You won't know until it happens what things you've leaked. So private information you don't want to leak to anybody. If you're streaming, you're already a public entity. There's a lot of things. People already know your face. If you're using webcam, they know your voice. If you're not careful, you'll then leak your birthday. If you're not careful, you'll leak your full name, that kind of thing. Knowing all of that information makes it easy for hackers. If they know your address, and as well, they can blackmail you. They can go. So this actually happened to one of my friends. He lost about $10,000 in his bank account. We're not really sure how it happened, but there were a few anomalies in the weeks prior to that happening. His mailbox was broken into, and we assumed that people just took the address, personal information out of their mail. And used enough information to set up an account under his name. So a new account was made in a bank somewhere, like I don't know, some local bank, under his name, and somehow, or they faked his identity going into the bank to transfer money from that account to the hack account. So his identity basically got stolen. Now, this is not the work of, look, I don't understand. I don't work in that kind of field, right? I'm just explaining what I think might have happened. This is not a single person's doing. This kind of thing happens because there's a dark web out there. There's people who's after private confidential information. So that for example, I would pay somebody, if I really want to target Judge, I would pay somebody to go to his mail, take all the mail, and send a copy of all of his mails to me. I now have his date of birth, customer number, whatever. I have all of that. I use that information across the world. You'll never catch me. Somewhere so far away, you can never target me in your country. Then I send information back to another associate of mine to then set up an account under your name or transfer money out of your name. It's really fucked. So you have to be careful about your private information. When people ask me certain things, there are some things I don't answer and it's not because it's not because I'm a bad person or I'm anal about it. It's just protecting your privacy, so that you don't have issues. Okay, don't let people know where you, like my personal advice, don't let people know where you live, your date of birth, your full name, all of those things that people ask you when you set up an account. But obviously not your social security number, your ID numbers. Definitely not. Obviously you know not to give out your credit card number, right? But those are all of the other things. Yeah, have two-factor authentication. That's good. The only problem is when you lose your phone, then you're like, oh, how am I going to two-factor authentication? So it's not even just hacking. I'm talking about real life hacking. I'm not talking about in-game hacking or sniping or anything like that. I'm talking about like in real life, people can take advantage of that information that you've given them for free. So be careful about display capture and what you show on display capture. If you have window capture or game capture, even if you minimize that, it won't show something else. Okay, if I had private information written on the back here, instead of CPU, it said, like, you now know my CPU graphics card or whatever. You know all of that now because I've just showed you. Okay, but I didn't expect to because I used display capture. Now you know because I minimized it to do something else, and now you know my everything that I do. So when I watch Super's stream, I told him, look, you probably shouldn't use display capture. One of my first advice. You probably shouldn't use display capture. I've watched Chopper and Lupom stream. Again, display capture. Everyone's using display capture because it's easy. You show the entire screen. The viewers get to see what you see. I understand that, but they also get to see everything else on your desktop. Isn't date of birth fine? I know that's one layer of support. YouTubers often do birthday streams. Look, I'm going to say at the end of the day, it's your choice what you tell people. A lot of you are young, so and I like to err on the side of caution. I like to take less risk than more risk. I'm going to say personal advice: don't give out your birthday. Personal advice. I know. Look, if they're making it big, 2 million subscribers, maybe losing 10 grand is nothing. Like, if you decide that that's the case, if you have 2 million subscribers by then, by all means, do your birthday stream. But if you're a small timer like me and you're giving out your information, why? Like, that's just silly. Okay, don't give out your private information. All right. So PewDiePie screwed. Then everyone knows where he lives, his date of birth, his full name. He's gonna get hacked. If people really wanted to, like, people can hack even without all that extra information. It's just making it easier for him. Okay, it's just making it easier for them. Oh, Super is here. so I'm not. Look, here's the thing. What happened afterwards with my friend who lost the 10 grand? He has now set up a security measure. I don't know how it works because it wasn't me who had it. He had to set up an overlooking agency that connects all of his accounts ever made under his name or will be made under his name, and that he gets notified if ever something happens or something is being made under his name in a bank account or something like that. He gets notified by message and go, "Was it you?" Then he might go, "Well, that's not, because my identity has been stolen, right? It's not me. Can you please? I will need to follow up now. I need to, I need to do something now." So that's what happened afterwards. You don't know if PewDiePie has already had something like that done to protect himself from identity theft because he's so public. You don't know that, right? So maybe he's got security measures. So maybe he doesn't mind. Personal advice: if you're not at that level, don't do it. Okay. Now, I'm almost done for today. Is there any other questions you guys have at this stage? So I've pretty much explained how to stream. Oh yeah, one more thing I wanted to show you was what happens on the YouTube page. So hopefully, if you're using YouTube, this is what you will see, right, when you log in. Yeah, the guideline for the format of insurgents, that's still up in the air. We are going to work through that, and we need somebody to make a thumbnail. I'm happy to make the thumbnail, but then I'll be doing more. The more I do, the less of other things I can do. We need an intro stream or an intro announcement to get people to start downloading the game, to familiarize themselves, or if they do it too early, that might compromise our competition. We need to come up with prizes for subscribers. Thumbnail from scratch or not, up to you. Depends. I'll just make it original. We need an Insurgents Pokemon channel under the Pokemon tab. So Pokemon Insurgents. And I just wrote down, we'll have viewers to vote for the Pokemon name for the caught Pokemon, maybe for every person. Maybe all the viewers can go on any of our streams to vote for a name every time we catch something. And my mega stream will go, "Oh, Judge just caught an Axew. What should we name it?" And then he'll come over to your stream and name it. Something like that. I haven't really got the best idea yet. I haven't got that's going to work yet. it's still up in the air at this stage. That's all I can say about that. Just go to Fiverr and buy an intro. Yeah. Sure. I've got EVN who's looking into making me an intro video for Bropenings, but that's not to do with insurgents. So more ideas, more contribution. I'd be really happy to work with you guys, but we all need to contribute something to the hub of Bropenings, to the bros of the Bropenings, to the affiliates of the Bropenings. We all need to be contributing. Otherwise, there's no point of you having a bro streamer role. And if it just becomes you advertising your videos on my channel, then again, no point. It needs to be a two-way street. I'll promote you, you'll promote me, just the same. Okay, so lastly, what happens on the YouTube page? If you have your home YouTube page, that should be your studio. Everyone should have this if you're on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, we can speak to Super and Kaiju about that. I've never done Twitch before. I've looked into it. I have an account on Twitch, but I haven't streamed before. I have very briefly touched on Facebook streaming. That can be quite successful, I'll tell you what. Even though it's like the oldies, but the oldies are the ones that have money. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The only reason why I'm staying with YouTube is because I like you guys. Okay, but Facebook is huge. Like for newcomers, Facebook can be huge. The oldies are the ones that have money. So upload video, that's where you normally go if you just want to upload a clip. Go live or go live. Okay, so at this stage, if you've gone live before, you'll be given an option to... Sorry, give me one sec. So it should look like this when you click go live. You'll be given an option to just copy the settings from an old one. And if you copy the settings, it will be the same stream key. You do not need to modify your stream key. If not, then you want to use a new stream. Okay, so you want to click new stream. So this dismiss, and you type in the title of a new stream, and you do your, just check all of that. Upload thumbnail, create stream. Oh, hang on, unlisted. I'll just do private first. XXX, description, XXX, and then you can do game, create stream. So this is the receiver of the information from your Streamlabs. Coffin Dancer's intro, please. I can't use copyright material, man. Okay, this is not my video. I want to, or the donated video. So I need to make sure that it's all within copy. Like we don't copy someone else's content. Okay. All right. So now at this point, it doesn't matter if I show this stream key because this is a new one. It'll give you 9 seconds. So you copy this stream key and you put it into your settings. You go to your Streamlabs, settings, stream, and you put it in here. There's a few extra things I need to teach you guys, but get started first. One of the things is when I press end stream, okay, there are two go live buttons. One is your go live button on Streamlabs. The other is the go live button on YouTube. It is this button that will actually begin streaming for your viewers. Not this one. This one just streams to YouTube. YouTube needs to go live for it to happen, for it to be viewable. Now the problem is there's something tricky about the stream setting here, is that if you do it a certain way, when you click this, it will automatically hit that. I have it set so that when I click this, it will not automatically hit that. And when I click end stream, it will also click end stream if it's set up a certain way. The way I've set up, I can press end stream and then go live again without ending this stream. The moment you end this stream, it's a new file. It's a new video according to YouTube. So you don't want to press this end stream unless you've actually finished streaming. The only reason why I will press end stream here is if I need to reset my internet or something like that, is reconnecting, can't reconnect, I need to restart a few things, I need to close Streamlabs, to like when you're troubleshooting, sometimes you just have to do it, and that's the preferred setting that I have. So what else is in here? It'll tell you the stream health. So let's not look at this one, let's have a look at my actual stream right now. Stream health, excellent condition, there's no problems, my data's being sent correctly, analytics, who's viewing, so a few other things that you can have a look at, nothing too important. Enable auto start, disable it, disable auto stop, disable that as well. So you want to disable those things. And then there's a setting here. Now this is your stream delay. That stream key is a new stream key. You can't stream to my stream. You can stream to my private stream that I set up just now, but it won't work. Do you want to try? Somebody can try right now. You will stream right now to my private stream. If you got the key, it will work. Somebody want to try? I'll show you. If you took a screenshot, you can stream to that stream key. Okay, so this is the key. I'll give it to you. It's private anyway. No one else can see it. Okay, I'll leave it on here for a while. And when I see an image here, then I'll press go live. And then that's when the viewers will see it. Okay, so ignore that for now. Let me know when you actually set up there. This here is my preview. You can see it's a little bit delayed. And the delay is the stream latency. Now, a lag is when there's an error and it's not receiving data from your stream or from your streaming software. That's an error. A delay is normal. A lag is not. A lag or delay is not. Oh, sorry. A delay is normal. And ultra low latency is about 5 to 7 seconds delay. That's normal. Low latency, maybe 15, and normal is about 30 seconds. Remember at the start when I was streaming, I was on normal because that's the recommended setting. You should go ultra low. But simply, there can be more jumped. If you have stream lags, so your internet's not the best, you might want to go low latency, so it has more time to collect the data, the packets, then display. The reason why streaming services have a delay is because they need to receive your information and then rebroadcast to a large audience. It's a bit different to like Zoom, Skype, Discord. They have a limit. It's because and that limit is because that's all they can support to do immediate, almost no latency screen share or webcam. When you do it to a large audience, there needs to be a slight delay, and that's normal. Okay, I'm not aware of any streaming platforms that allows it to be 0 or almost 0. Okay, so let's have a look. Go live. So you're in the studio. So you go to the settings. You go settings. You click stream, and you punch in the stream code. It will be under YouTube. It will be under YouTube streams or something like that. And when you press go live at the bottom. You can put something on the screen if you want, but that's up to you. It should stop having this loading thing if you've actually sent some data through. Have you pressed go live? It'll probably be a black screen, but just to demonstrate that you can do it. Yeah, paste the key. All right, so that's pretty much the end of my Q&A. I've talked about Togepi's question. I've talked about what the vision is. I hope it works. I hope we can all work on this together. And don't forget, you're not one person. We are many people together now. When Judge Goes Live streams anime. I'm pretty sure that's not legal, but you know, I see a lot of channels out there that do it like they have millions of subscribers just because they are streaming anime. It's ridiculous. It's not even like legit. Like you get 2 million subscribers just for streaming One Piece. It's crazy. Anyway, I don't recommend it, but you know, it can grow your subscriber base really quickly if you're actually streaming animes, streaming movies. You'll probably get a knock on the door by YouTube. Some people try to bypass that by flipping the screen. Like you can mirror flip the screen. It's anyway. It's and some people think that just because you shrink it and then put a big title on top, it then counts as parody, counts as, so then you can do that kind of video. I'm not sure that that's real. Okay, have you sent it yet? You don't have the streaming software. Now you tell me. All right. Well, anyway, you need Streamlabs OBS. That's free. All right. I'm going to end stream now, unless you have any other questions, because I gotta go to sleep. Thank you all for attending this rather informative stream. I'm not gonna stream anything else today. So if anybody asks, I'm not streaming today. Let me just delete that video. So I like to keep everything. So you see, I started a new stream, right? So I gotta delete that as well. Otherwise, it would just be an eyesore in here. So remove that. Let me know how I can help or contribute to the channel. So we talked about artworks. So that's going to be definitely something I need more. So do we still need to do Insurgent screen share today while you sleep or not? Probably. I'm gonna say no, because I get really stressed in the morning when I have to come out and end stream before I go to work. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna take a break tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll continue the Insurgent stream. We're gonna try some newer methods and hopefully to get it to work. Hopefully, Judge, by tomorrow, you've sorted out how to stream Insurgents to your own channel. Number one thing you need to do, Judge, because this could be our method from now on. It may have to be that you're streaming with 5-second latency to your YouTube channel. Togepi does the same. Everyone does the same. I just take all of you when you guys are streaming, and I put it on my stream, and that's the mega stream. So it might have to be that way. So you do need to, it will be very easy. I've shown you all the steps today. I've shown you way more than you need to know. You just need to set up a scene and a source. That's about it. That's about it. Okay. For your Insurgents. So by tomorrow, hopefully you would have already streamed your first video just as a test run. Okay. There's no harm in testing. Then as you're streaming, I will then crop that video and put it on my streaming software. So that's the idea. So get Streamlabs OBS, so we're all working on the same software, would be my recommendation. Get the key set. Yes, that's right, Judge. That's right. Get the key, and then that's it. The key will be saved if you're not changing, if you're not setting up a new stream every time. So you can just copy the settings. So then it becomes your second nature at some point. You can make good thumbnails, banners. Yeah, that would be good. If you guys want or want to contribute artworks, thumbnails, I can even go back and replace old thumbnails. Some of the thumbnails I've made are not the best. If you make a better one, people are still watching the old videos. I'll go back and replace it. Like if you want to contribute in that way, I will then put like a little link to your social media page. If I really like your artwork, I'll put a little link to your social media page in the description, or credits for the thumbnail. This is collaboration. I then have to spend less time making thumbnails, more time streaming, more time getting subscribers, more time getting donations, then more prizes I can then feed back to the channel. Okay, and as you guys can see, streaming hardware is not cheap either. So we need that income as well. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, we need that. If without that, you wouldn't see me as much. Okay, you wouldn't see growth as much. You wouldn't see me trying to do the next thing as much. Make a Vinny banner. Yeah, I do. I think my banner is a bit old now. Let me just check that. But there's a very so here. This is my banner right now. there's a very so if you've got a channel, when you click the banner, it'll tell you how to create channel art. Go there. It will tell you specific dimensions for everything, because on different devices this will show up differently. That says Bropenings, but you can't actually read half of that because it wasn't designed in a way that would work on all devices. Bropenings, yeah, it says Bropenings. Yeah, so a thumbnail, we need a thumbnail for insurgents. We need to come up with prizes that people can win, maybe a role, maybe Discord Nitro, or maybe we just see what the response is. Maybe we could put it in the polls and see, do you want to play Pokemon Insurgents with the staff and Bro Vinny? Okay, that's not, we're testing out the market, see what it's like right now. The stream has helped me a little bit more. A little, hopefully it's a lot, because I talked a lot. Robux. Yeah, get on with your competitive stuff. There's a lot. I don't want to hear you guys say servers getting boring. I mean, thank you for Judge for pointing out that it was getting boring for some people. But you guys are now a bro streamer. You guys are now bro streamers. I've given you a little bit of the responsibility to keep it interesting, because I do not do this full time. I want to do this full time, or I want to take maybe 1 or 2 days off in the future. Possibly, if it actually takes off. I still don't count it as taking off. It's growing quickly, but it's not growing. It's not big enough. It makes a fraction of my income at the moment, like so little. It's a big risk for me to take any time off for me to focus and do this. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'm gonna go to sleep. Have fun doing stuff. Go create content for yourself, and then promote it on my channel. That's not a problem. Make sure it's relevant. Make sure it's good content. That should always be the case. Remember, it's got to be good content. If you come in and post links on Robux unrelated on the Pokemon channel, that's not on. You should know that, okay? If you're not sure, ask us. Post it in the staff section and ask for feedback. Feedback is one of the things that will really get you places. All right, guys. See you later.